Tell you, I took off so fast. I have never ran before. I have never ran that fast before in my life, bro.
Sitting here staring at your picture with a slight grin. Even though you hate me, I know you'll let me fuck again. Them soul ties got you stuck again. And I ain't never been in love, but I swear to God I wanna love again.
What is up, Legend Nation? It's your girl Legend, and I'm back with another banger video for you. Period, poo. If you haven't already, or if you're new to my channel, subscribe and turn that post notification bar while you edit so you get notified every single minute I drop another banger, just like you got this one, guys. And also, like this video up. It doesn't help you, but it helps me, and it inspires me to post more content for you guys that I know y'all like. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so tonight, right now, I'm going to be doing a story time part 2. It's not really a part 2, but I really didn't have nothing else to do for my vlogmas day 11. So I'm going to be doing a story time of how I almost got lost and kidnapped, guys, okay? So this is a good, interesting, juicy story. And this is all true, okay? I wouldn't just make up something unless this is somebody else's story, but I wouldn't just make up anything. But this is all true, okay? Because most of y'all didn't believe the last story time I did where I got jumped. Y'all saying, oh, she lying. She did not get jumped. But it was true, okay? And this one is true too. So start off, I was like, what, 10, 11? One of those. Or probably younger. I don't even know. But I couldn't have been less than 8 years old, okay? I couldn't have. I had to be 8, 9, 10, or 11 years old when this happened. So I was staying with my grandma, and we were living over there in that neighborhood where they still currently stay now. And there's this friend I had. Her name is Anaya. And we still best friends to this very day. We've been friends since, what, 3rd grade, 4th grade? But yeah, we've been friends. And her neighborhood was like across the street from mine. So I would ask my grandma, well, this one particular day, we was on the phone. We was like, girl, we need to see each other. I think it was the summertime. And we haven't seen each other. So we were like, girl, we need to see each other, you know. So she was like, why don't you come over here? Or I'll come over there. I was like, sure. So I text my grandma, asked her, could I go over there? She's like, sure. I was like, hold up now. She been for real? I'm like, hold on. You playing games? You been for real? She said, yeah. Just be back before the street lights turn on. I was like, shoot. Say less. Okay. So we go over there. And we link up. It took us a minute to find each other because, like, yeah. Mind you, we were young. Like, this was like in 5th grade, 4th grade. We didn't know what we was doing. But, it took us a minute to find each other because my neighborhood, well, the neighborhood my grandma stayed in, like, it's a cul-de-sac. And we lived all the way in the back of the neighborhood. And then Anaya lived all the way in the back of the neighborhood. But, yeah. So,
Look, girl, if you don't stop popping that gun!
It took us a minute to find each other. And after a couple minutes, we finally found each other. And we was like, oh my God, hug each other, yeah. So after that, we started doing Musicallys, because back then it was called Musically. We started doing Musically and dub smashes. Yeah, insert a clip.
Too many Glockies. I got a drum, he got the one to stick. We'll set it off for this bitch, thinking it's sweet. Smack his head with this blick, change his attitude.
But yeah, we did that TikTok or Musically or dub smash, whatever that was. Cause we had linked up with a few other girls too that was in the neighborhood. We know them too. But yeah, it's Tatiana and who else were we with? I think that was it. And this one girl we used to hang out with, but I don't forgot her name. This was so long ago. But yeah, so it's around 2 o'clock because it's in elementary and we got out of school at 2 o'clock. So it was around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And we was just walking around being bad, you know. We wasn't doing bad stuff. We was like running around the neighborhood, yelling, you know, doing usual kids when they try to be bad stuff, you know. So we sitting down because we talking. We like, what should we do? And you know, we had boyfriends back then, or friends that were boys we thought we liked. And we was low-key trying to invite them over, but they lived like 4 hours away. It was like, hold on, we is not about to do it. Well, it was a 4-hour walk, but you know, it was like a 30-minute drive, and we was not about to walk no 4 hours. I'm like, how is it 4-hour walk when it's a 30-minute drive? Crazy. But anyways, so there's this, I don't forgot the color of the car, but it was like a SUV, and it was parked on the street, and we was sitting there on the curb. We wasn't paying attention to that truck. Then it's starting to get dark because it was summertime, so I think the sun started going down at 6 or whatever, but it was around 5 o'clock when this all started happening. So we was wandering so much in the neighborhood, we done like lost where we was. So we was all trying to get back home because like it was starting to get dark, and we knew it was gonna take us a couple minutes to get home. So we walking, and like this SUV is just following us. It's not obvious, but we didn't know it at the time. But SUV was just following us, and we like, what is this? Whoa, hold on, cause let me stop. I'm going up too much. We wasn't paying attention to it. We was just walking, and every time like we would stop and be like, which way we go, that SUV would be right there. And then after like 20-30 minutes, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I started noticing the SUV. I'm like, are we walking in circles, or is this SUV following us? So that's what we start getting serious. So we take off running behind the house, right? That's when this man get out the SUV, right? And he just started walking around like, hey, he just yelling, hey. And we so scared. We ended up finding a ladder and climbing on top of our house. That's how scared we was, bro. So eventually, about an hour later, we found our way back to where we started. I mean, not started, but where we was when we first linked up. And that's when my grandma started calling me. She was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm lying, because like, I don't want to tell her I'm lost, and then I don't want to tell her I'm getting followed. Because then I know she'll probably never let me do it again. But, okay, so now that I really think about that, I should have told my grandma, because what if I really would have got kidnapped? But anyways, y'all know how slow I am. Let's get back to the video. We found our way back, and the SUV just started whipping that thing. He started to push up. He rolled down the window. He say, y'all girls okay? Y'all need a ride? We was like, no thank you. He was like, all right. So he drive around and come right back behind us. And at first we don't notice it, but then I start walking home by myself, because we was in the neighborhood where they lived at. My neighborhood was all the way over there. So I'm walking home, and the SUV lost me for a second. But then how you find me? I was wearing red pants. What was I wearing in that video? I was wearing something bright. But yeah, and it was cold. So he fight, bro. And then there's this one house where their dog is always not on a leash. So that dog is just sitting there. Then I'm like, please don't start chasing me, bro, because I'm ready to run. So the dog get up and just start walking, just stop and stand. Then the SUV right there in the front of, like literally in the front of the neighborhood. And a second ago, that thing was not right there. So now I'm just scared out of my mind now, because like it's kind of dark. And I'm wondering why my grandma not calling me. But she thought I was spending the night. When I got home, she was like, I thought you was spending the night. I was like, I didn't tell you I was spending the night. But SUV started following me, and the dog started running. I'm telling you, I took off so fast. I have never ran before. I have never ran that fast before in my life, bro. I swear to God. Then I finally got home, and they was like, "What's wrong? Why you running in the house like that?" I'm like, a long story, okay? Just know I was getting chased by a dog. It was dark, cold. I was scared. All of that. I'm telling y'all, I almost got kidnapped, and I was lost. That would never happen again. But I went over there the next day, but I made sure I came home around 3 o'clock. I'm like, look, I'm gonna stand over here an hour. Y'all walking me home, and there we go. There we go. But I have never walked to nobody's neighborhood ever since, or I have never stayed out walking around that late. If I did, they was with me. We was a group. We was safe, and yeah. But I don't go to nobody's house like that because, you know, I done found my fake friends and I done found the real friends, you know. So I only hang with the real ones. The fake ones are just, what's up? But that was it for this story time. It wasn't too much. It was a little something. You know, vlogmas day 11 because we are on a roll. But that was it. And I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Even though you hate me, I know you'll let me fuck again. Them soul ties got you stuck again.